Hello and welcome to demonstration of Smart Media Cutter. This is a tool that specializes in cutting long-form videos and audios, for example, for video game streamers, podcasters, or anyone else who needs to trim or cut video files or audio files. So here I've loaded up one of my streams. On the timeline you can see that the video is roughly 3.5 hours long. And for this first demonstration, I want to find the beginning point of the speedrun. You can see on the screen here is a timer which shows how long I've been playing for. So I want to find the beginning point and cut the video there, and then find the end point and also cut the video there. So by using the seeking functions and then zooming on here, I'm going to find a point where the timer starts, which is right about here. Then when I want to mark this for cutting, I can, for example, choose this option to select everything from the beginning and then press cut here. And now this beginning section of the video is marked for cutting. Then I can do the same thing for the end. So I will go to the end of the video and find the point where the gameplay ends, which is right about here. And I can find the exact spot here where the victory screen comes up, where the victory pop-up comes up on the screen. And then I can select everything using the select the end and mark this ending part for cutting as well. You will also see that the export duration has updated, that the exported video length now will be 2 hours 59 minutes, which is exactly the length of the gameplay. After I've selected my cuts, I'm ready to export this. I just click export, and there's some options here which I'm not interested in right now, so I'm just gonna click export, and you can see that it's gonna do the 3-hour export pretty quickly here. The whole thing is gonna take maybe 20 seconds or so. For reference, if I try to do the same thing in an editor such as DaVinci Resolve, the exporting would take a lot longer because the whole video would need to be recoded. I can show that here. I'm going to first trim the first 14 minutes from the video and go to the end and trim also maybe half an hour from the end. And when I go to deliver, from advanced settings, I will try to choose bypass re-encoding when possible, but in this case, it's going to say that it's not possible. So when I add this to the render queue and render all, over here it shows us that the whole export is going to take almost an hour. So by using dedicated cutting tool, we save about an hour in rendering time for this job. But Smart Media Cutter also has dedicated transcription features. And one of the most powerful ones is to just use the speech segments to automatically trim all the segments with no speech out from the video. So here, if I start transcription, it's going to take a while to compute all the speech segments. But once that is done, I can come here and select the cut all segments with no speech detected. So now that the speech segments are done, you can see that it starts transcribing, and we can open the silence cutting tool, and I can choose select all existing cuts, which is gonna unmark the beginning and end segments that I took away from the video. And if I just click OK now, it is gonna make a lot of very small edits to cut out all of the silence, to cut out all the silent parts. And one issue with this is that some of the cuts are gonna be very small, and each individual cut is gonna add some rendering time. And also it's gonna add more jump cuts, and it's gonna be maybe a little bit jarring. So what you can do instead is to use these minimum cut duration and minimum left durations to sort of make a little bit nicer cut. For example, if I put 5 here, it's gonna only cut silences that are longer than 5 seconds. And I will again choose clear all existing cuts to redo all the cut segments. So now you can see that it removes a lot of the small cuts. So this is both gonna be exporting faster and hopefully a little bit less jarring. But now for funsies, let's also do the same with left duration. So now it's gonna remove also the very short included sections. Now you can see that it added more cuts to the parts where the speech segment is very short. So probably there's not going to be much interesting speech there. And now that we have done our automatic cuts, you can see that the export duration is down to 1 hour and 47 minutes. So we automatically removed about 2 hours of content. And hopefully we are left with only the more engaging segments filled with speech and interesting things. So let's wrap up by exporting our finished edit. And this time the export is going to take a little bit longer because there's more work to do because of the little cut segments. But this is still going to export in, I would say, about a minute or two, which is still a lot faster than than the non-specialized editing program. And this is all because we do not do recoding whenever it's possible to skip the recoding step. So in general, the video exports are pretty quick here. Alright, so that's everything for now. Thank you for watching, and thank you for your interest in Smart Media Cutter.